Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the BMW that we were installing the turbos and everything. So I'm pretty much have the the whole thing ready. As you can see, now the cats and everything is installed. I'm just showing a little bit of what is been done into it because like I said, I wasn't showing the process of all the assembly. Now as you can see, even in my bench. Uh, just little pieces. This one is clean. I still need to clean those. The engine, well, some of the engine on the covers, they were full of oil, nice and clean. And I still got to do a little bit more of cleanup, but that's it. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not a super. Uh, this is just a super short video. All I'm trying to show is the progress to not leave, you know, such a long repair with a very short video at the beginning. Let me see if I can show you guys a little more here with a light. You remember how those cats were? Yes, I cleaned all that oil, all that coolant, the engine. I did my best. I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm using the DJI Osmobile 3, and this thing is awesome. I like it. All right, guys, I wasn't going to show this, but I'm being asked so many times of what product should I use and everything. All right, this is the product that I use. It's the stainless steel cleaner and polish from Wayman. It's awesome. I just spray it everywhere. Just I mean normal. I use a 4-inch brush and I just go and use the same excess of the fluid to wipe the dirt and everything we have here. Just go all the way around. And this car deserves it. This is a very big repair. I want to also show up my customer that I appreciate him believing in us and giving us a repair, and also my personal signature. I think this shows him that I also appreciate too. So this is what I do. Go, every corner as much as you can. I do spread a little bit on the windshield, so I use just windshield cleaner to remove that. That's all you do. This is going to make all the black come back to life again. Right to go, even where gaskets and so on goes. I remove, as you will see from the first video. Be careful when you're doing this because this is where the blower for the air conditioning and heater is. So make sure no leaves or anything is in there if you're going to do this the same way I'm doing it. So make sure that everything is dust down and clean as much as you can so no debris will fall there. So again, it takes like 5 minutes. So now that I spray or move all this fluid around generously, what I do, I haven't put the coolant, I already put the oil, just so you guys know. Battery is disconnected, so no problems. So since I had those two openings open, I'm going to cover because now I'm going to blow with the air gun, and I don't want nothing to, just in case a leaf or something gets in there, because getting into those blowers is a nightmare. So I'm not going to use a long nose air gun. And just go. Just move it around the dirt. Just move it around the dirt. That's all you want to do. Make sure that any debris is in there will go away. Then I do this. Take the same two racks that I got there and just move it everywhere around. Start the car. Let it warm up. Do a final cleanup. Good to go. All right, guys. All right, guys, this is the final product. As you can see, the shiny. Look at all this. It was full of dust. Took me probably like 15 minutes on this one. It was a little uh, more dirty than normal, but I don't mind. So you can see everything looks nice and shiny and dry because my hands are dry. So just use a microfiber towel. So the next thing that we need to do now, what I'm going to do is first, first the coolant fillet is already filled up. I need to do the automatic sequence to bleed out, which is, put the ignition, make sure the blower is into the, is the minimum? Yeah, I think it's the minimum speed. Forget me if I'm wrong, it's either minimum or maximum, you will notice. And then turn the ignition back off. Now I'll turn it back on. Just doing it on ignition, accelerate the pedal, the accelerator pedal, push 5 times and hold. That will start the sequence to bleed the air on the coolant system since we use an electrical pump. Then after that, since we remove the turbos, all the oil lines and all the stuff, it's good to crank the engine like at least, five, I'll probably go more like 10 times to make sure the oil goes all the way around. It's fresh oil in it, so if the car starts, it's not going to damage immediately. Just turn it off, crank it back on, turn it off, crank it back on, and then turn it off immediately. It's like that. The oil will start to like build that pressure and go everywhere. All right, so I'm going to connect the battery, which is unplug obviously, and start the car. Do that process, and I'll show you what you will see is when the bleed up process starts, is it shoots from here the coolant this way. But probably you already saw many videos doing that. It's not really that important. All right, guys, I think this is the end of the video. Again, it's a short video. I don't want it to show the uh, reassembly. I would probably put the torque specs, which I forgot to put in the first part, just for whoever needs it. And that's it. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you a heads up, and also, because this just happens to me on this car. So, well, the car is running. Hopefully, you guys can see the smoke coming out of there. So the engine is running good. But I went to try to start a car, and it was just cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking, and nothing. I went and read the codes. Let me show you because I was using the Autel for this. It's always the one I have handy. And after that, I plugged the auto logic to see if I was, able to read something else because the code it was giving me, it was actually weird. But let me show it to you. Uh, well, the last one that it got sent. Let me see. So this code 2D5C. Internal fault monitor hardware. If you read the description on this code, I will tell you to replace the engine computer. It was also giving me the CAS, which let me see if I can go over to save files, data manager, because I know I save it. Should be in PDF. Yeah. I'm taking the time this because if this happens to you, don't freak out. So as you can see, we had two ACA, terminal 15, 3, 2D5C, the hardware of the DME, 2D67, internal fault, and then 2D ED. I erase those and these two stay, no matter what I do. The battery voltage was, the car was cranking, no start. But guess what, guys? It was the voltage. Don't freak out. Just put yourself a good battery maintainer. That's what I did. I just connect the snap one and I put them into programming, flash programming 14.2. I was able to erase the codes instantly and the car is running. So I just want to give you the heads up on that because if that happens after you do a big repair, I mean, we didn't disconnect anything except for the battery. And it's kind of weird because the battery was disconnected, it got so low that created all those faults. So I'm just trying to help you out there, technicians that might come up with something like that. Again, don't freak out. Put a good battery maintainer on it that will create 14.2. Then you can erase the codes, crank the car. Everything is good to go. All right, guys. See you next time.